week's Art with Heart colour hop, which is grey granite. We're using a colour combination of Coastal Cabana, grey granite, and then we've got cherry cobbler, shaded spruce, granny green apple, and some daffodil delight. So we've got a couple of color combinations going on there. So to make this card, we're going to start off with so we've got our card base, which is just your A-frame folded card. I have a piece of grey granite that is 9 centimeters by 13.3 centimeters, and I'm going to put a piece of Coastal Cabana over the top of that, which is 8.5 centimeters by 12.8 centimeters. Mounted on that will be a wreath, a wood wreath, which I have cut from the Enriched in Circle Nature dies. So I've used the two wood wreath dies, so these two here, and I've placed them onto the grey granite, the larger one, and then I've placed the smaller one inside, and then run that through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss. And then I'm also going to be using the small alphabet dies. Can't think what they're called, but they're the small ones, not the a la modes, the other ones. And I'm also going to be using a piece of grey granite to mount my letters on. And then I'm going to finish with some embellishing the card. I'm going to be using from the Wintry Treetops dies and the Wintry Treetops stamps. So you've seen the bird earlier, so I've stamped the bird and coloured the bird, and I've stamped this foliage and I've coloured the foliage. So there we go, that's the foliage. We're going to place the foliage down here, and then the bird will then be like this, and I've got another piece of foliage that I'll just pop up the top of that. And then you can see here I've got two birds. I was just playing with colouring. This one has been done with cherry cobbler, daffodil delight. So this is the cherry cobbler Stampin' Blends, the daffodil delight Stampin' Blends, the grey granite Stampin' Blends, but on here I have used a Stampin' Right marker, and I've actually just coloured that. I've coloured it twice. So the first time you had the pen marks, the second time I went over it and I got rid of those pen marks, which I liked. I was pleased that that happened. And then I thought I'll have a go and use shaded spruce, because I've got the shaded spruce in the foliage. So this is the shaded spruce Stampin' Blend. Started off with the light colour, brought in the dark, tried to blend it in. I actually don't like it, so I'm going to go ahead with my bird that I coloured with a Stampin' Right marker, which is really cool. So we'll go ahead and we'll make our layer first, and then we'll put it all together onto the card. So we're just going to use our multi-adhesive glue. So this one has been embossed with the 3D timber folder. You'll see I've been using it quite a bit on several cards I've recently posted. So it is one of my favourites. And we'll just eyeball that we've got a nice even border around the card. Okay, and we'll adhere that nice and straight. Just applying a little bit of pressure just to push that down onto the card. Nice even out that glue there. And then we'll bring in our wreath that we're doing. And again, just multi-purpose adhesive on this one, and we'll just dot it around. Just nice little dots so that when I push it down, I don't get any glue coming out from the sides. Just being careful that there's no big blobs. And I might, in fact, I will bring in my tweezers just to help me to place that a bit better on the card front. Okay, and because I've got the foliage that is going to go here, I'm going to make that nice straight bit there. Now it's a nice big die, so I'm probably just going to center it really. Okay. Yep. Okay, and we'll just adhere that down. Like that. And our foliage is just going to go here like this. Probably could bring it, and it doesn't matter it's going over the edge because we've got a nice like 1 centimeter border that we can play with on the card. So yeah, it doesn't matter that it goes over the edge. I'm probably going to adhere that one with a multi-purpose, but the bird is going to be, I'm just wondering, do I want the bird actually under, just wondering where I want that branch. I want to see the branch, bird. Yes. I'll just play with this for a sec. And do I want this one to be dimensionals over the top? Or do I want that to be dimensionals over the top? Do I want the bird? And then we've got this one here. I'll go ahead and I will do multi-adhesive glue on here. Bring my tweezers in again. Like that, and I put dimensionals on the bird. Get some mini dimensionals. So I'm just going to cut a little bit of dimensionals. Grab the tweezers. Okay, so some dimensionals just there. Sorry. Okay, we've got some dimensionals there, and you just need a little dimensional here. As I've said before, I do use quite a few dimensionals. It's just my personal preference. I probably would use one there too, but that's okay. Go ahead now and we'll take the back ends off. Probably should be using my take a pick tool for this. There we go. Okay, and we'll grab the tweezers again. All right, and we'll pop this. We're going to cover that little branch that's poking out on the back there. So yeah, probably want him or her about there. That looks good. Okay, and we want this one here, and I do want to put dimensionals on the back of this one, so we'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to use the mini dimensionals up here and just down here as well. Alright, that should be fine. But before I do that, I've just realized, where is my, okay, so I want to come in with my letters. Now, I was going to put adhesive backing on the back of these, but it was the way I was cutting it on some scrap paper, it was just too hard, and they are nice and wide, so you can just add glue dots, adhesive glue to the back, which I'm going to do. And I'm doing Mary, so M-E-R-R-Y, so we've got R in the middle, so I should have actually just gone ahead and done my middle letter. So we'll do that now. And probably should set up with it on the tweezers already. Okay, all right, and we'll go ahead now and do our adhesive, just a few dots, not too much, don't want it to squeeze out of the sides. Okay, and we're going to add our R to center. Can eyeball the center and make him straight. Okay, you can actually go up a little bit. Okay. All right, now we can get our tweezers again. All right, and do our E. And now coming with that M that we did a moment ago. Okay, all right, we'll do our other R. Bring him down a little bit. No, not too far. Just use our tweezers just to maneuver it a bit. Get that. Yeah, that's good. All right, and the last letter to make Mary. So yes, it would be easier if I did have the adhesive sheet on, and I would normally do that. But because I was just cutting it out of scrap paper, I decided to just, yeah, add my glue now. So a bit of a border, top and bottom. Okay. All right, so there's our Mary. And I would like that to go behind. So yeah, this is a messed up. So we'll just do our best, lift up our bird. Okay, and then we'll bring our, so I think I've messed up quite badly, because I did want it to go underneath here. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Sorry. There you go. Wasn't quite badly. I'm going to just do some lining up now. So I'm happy for that to go under there. And now all I need is for this to go under here. So ideally, I would have done this prior to putting, there we are. So yeah, ideally I would have done that prior to putting even the wreath. I probably should have adhered it behind the wreath first and then put it on, but you know, that's okay. Mistakes is how we learn, as I teach my kids at school. So I'm just going to just squeeze a little bit of glue behind our Mary sign, and I'm just going to do the best I can. Yeah, it's all right. It'll glue. I'll just straighten all of that up again. So again, we don't want it poking out like that, and we want it underneath. So I'm actually really lucky that this is here, because it actually hasn't gone underneath the wreath, but it's gone underneath our our foliage here. Okay, so we'll bring back our bird, and hopefully he's happy enough just to get glued back on again. Now the issue now is that how much of the Mary do I want to see? How much is going to be blocked? Do I, you know, how far do I want the bird to go down? Okay, I'm good for some of that to be covered. Obviously it's a fairly popular word, so it's not hard to work out what it says. I don't want to cover up those berries down there, so that's been a bit of trouble, a bit troublesome. Yeah, that's just weird. So we definitely want and I think I want it either, yeah. No, I want it a bit more. Okay. So I'm just going to straighten everything up here so that the bird is sitting nice and straight. There we go. Okay, that's cute. All right. And we were going to put on our little piece of foliage here, so we'll go back to doing that. And that now I've got my words, it guides where I would like my foliage, and I'd like to cover it a little bit. I love that that worked out there and that works out there, so that's perfect. And now we'll just adhere that to our card base. Okay, so we've kind of gone for a bit of a non-traditional color using the Coastal Cabana, which is cool. I actually really like the Coastal Cabana. Okay, and again, we want to eyeball that border. So we've got nice even edges around the card. Okay. Alright, well that's really cool. Thanks again for stopping in and watching one of my card making tutorials. I've really enjoyed making this. I'm loving the Coastal Cabana for Christmas. I think it's just come out really, really gorgeous. I'm so glad that I went with the Coastal Cabana Stampin' Right marker coloured bird instead of the shaded spruce. I just, yeah. Yeah, it's just not working for me, so I'm really glad I did that. I'm glad that I picked up on my little mistake and it's worked out by putting it all in there. So thanks so much for watching and bearing with me. Don't forget to subscribe if you're enjoying my videos and hit like. And I'll see you very soon. Bye.